Welcome. Risha.
Hi, Meike and all. You hear me good? Yes. It's so lovely to rest with you. Oh, the espresso.
Say again.
The espresso is cooking. I hear.
Oh.
Yes.
Mhm.
Just a minute. Well, I take the time to, really connect with you. Yeah, I would love to know from you how to find out. It's a silly question. To make the right decision, and I know it's not possible because there is nobody. Yeah, I got the information that there are still some happenings in the cells after the third operation.
Yeah.
And they want to do another one, and now in full anesthesia, and you can't reach anybody and can't speak to anybody. And I really feel this. No, I'm not ready for this anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
That's totally clear. Or not now. Maybe later.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like to try something different. I got a lot of support already from the Sangha. I was in celebration with Isaac.
Yeah.
And one woman said, why you want to do something where you have a no and it doesn't have the healing effect? Something. And, oh, yeah. So what else to do? And then already 1 year ago, 2 years ago, Marina said, oh, we have something in Australia agreement. Yeah. And now I say, yeah, please give it to Isaac, and Isaac is coming to Germany, and then I can get it. Yeah, but still there is this.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I totally know what you mean. Yeah. And I totally understand. Yeah. So let's just be with that, Larisha. Let's just be with that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. What else to do? Yeah.
Else to do, yes, exactly. What else to do?
At the moment, yes.
Mm. Mm.
And I can feel just speak about how this whole system is.
Mm.
Yeah, get
The
excited.
system, to the system, it makes totally sense to do that.
Yes.
It
Yes.
needs to be honored. It's, you know, if it's not honored, if it's not really honored, it will just get stronger. That's my experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we're not getting entangled with it. We're seeing it and we are there. We're feeling with. We're feeling with.
Mhm.
It's, I mean, that is compassion, isn't it? It's like we are.
Yeah, and this
Yes.
I finally started to give to the cells because I did harm them. Too much sun and
So, so
yeah.
Laresha, you know, even that, can we be gentle with that judgment?
Yeah, good one.
Yeah, because, you know, just see what a judgment like that does.
Yes, it's out of
As,
love already. Yes, it's out of
yeah,
love.
yeah.
Yes. All is love.
You know, we are, you can, I mean, I can see when I look how my system grew up, how much confusion there was. So much confusion. I mean, just with smoking, it was, you know, it's like it was nearly a must. It was like, and
It's
of
still
course,
it's still a theme of mine.
so it has an effect on the body. We know that, but beating ourselves up for it, oh, then there is a fight. Huh? Then there's a fight in what's
And
in the
there's
whole
a
system.
conflict because this lady said, why are you gonna do this? And did you hear of Harmer, this special doctor, who has a really different view of the medicine? Harmer,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And he's speaking about conflicts. When you get in
yes.
yeah, so this makes sense, yeah.
So the conflict comes, as far as I can see, when we're not at our center, when we're not fully at home. And we can't really feel being fully at home when there's all that excitement going on. So that's when we reach out for
Yes, yes.
getting an answer somewhere. You tell me, or maybe you tell me, and then you have about 10 different answers and
Yes,
you're more
yes,
confused.
yes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So, you know, we got to come home again. We got to come home to get the real answer. And I know it's not easy when there's so much going on, but I don't know another way. It's as long as there's that looking for answers somewhere,
Yeah.
there will be confusion.
Yeah.
So one approach that has assisted me and still assists me a lot is that kindness towards myself, just starting here. It's like, oh, okay, Meike, Beresha, yeah, it's okay. You haven't done anything wrong. You never, you would never. If there wasn't confusion or not being at home going on, you would Never. From home, you would never do harm. That's the truth here. So that's where we start. Here. Holding that sweetest of hearts right here. See, and then it starts breathing. Yeah, yeah, with both hands, yes, with both hands. Yes, yes. Slowly but surely coming home here. Yeah, and feel it gets a bit emotional. Yeah, so go really slowly.
Mhm.
Yeah, slowly and gently. Holding this most exquisite heart of yours. Preciousness. Yeah. Yes. 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 Mhm. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Yes. How kind and loving can you be towards this beautiful heart made by life? Mhm. Yeah. Mhm.
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 Mm.
Mhm.
I see it, from my
Mhm.
body
Yeah.
work. I, I
Yeah.
see this. Yeah, it's the first thing which is developing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I have a picture, yeah, I know.
Yes.
And you
Yeah.
see it, yeah,
Yeah.
when, okay, Mike, yeah. Mhm.
Mhm. Mhm. Yes. So that's your job. If there is a job, that's your job.
Mhm.
Whenever that comes to mind, moving towards that beautiful, warm, loving heart in here. Again and again. From there, every answer will just be, it will just be clear.
Mhm. So it comes from the heart.
It comes from being at home,
Yeah,
Varesha.
yeah,
I'm just using that word
yeah,
heart. It's like where do we find that entrance? It's like somehow that came
yeah,
just
yeah,
out like that,
yeah.
and it did touch. So we got it come into where it gets so vulnerable, so raw, where it falls to its own knees, on its own,
Mm.
towards itself, where it surrenders to itself. I'm just looking for words to describe. Where it's on its knees towards itself, where it sees, wow,
Yeah,
the innocence of itself, where it starts breathing in the most easy way. Every breath, like, oh, yes, I see. Yes, I see. Oh, wow. I didn't see this, but now I see this. Oh, wow. And this,
Mhm.
and this,
Mhm.
and this. So veil by veil, wall by wall, curtain by curtain, all slowly, slowly drops. And there you are. Everything is clear from there. I know you know that. Every decision is made from there. You know, it's like life knows what to do from there. There is no doubt. It also knows how long this will exist from there. If it's just for one day, if it's for 10 years, if it's for 140 years. You know, just read something where somebody was 140 years, like, oh my God. You know, and another one is 90 years, the other 50. Just had two dear friends passing. No clue, but from here, it's okay. It's okay. Because it's in contact with itself. So you can't make a mistake. It will show you the next step. Always. Any idea of you having done anything wrong is in the way.
Yeah.
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 It's actually harming. It's actually harming. Every idea that you could have do a certain way is violence.
And sometimes it's burning, you know, so really burning. And then, so maybe how I speak, how I think, how everything is so important. The body reacts something. Yeah.
Yeah. So kindness towards it all. So let's see from here. Is that no still there, or is it changed, or let's just see.
The no, which no?
Oh, you said you don't want any surgery right now.
Yeah, that's still there.
That's still there.
Yes.
Far out.
That's
far out.
that's no way in the moment. No way. And I can't do anything which I can't believe in. I can't. That's not possible.
Far out,
Yeah.
Marisha.
Yeah. I can change my mind if it's time, if life takes me, but not now. No.
Fantastic. So
clear.
that's all clear. Now it's just kindness towards your own system.
Yes.
Yes. As much as possible. Yeah. So, it looks so good on you, I tell you, even when I say it, it's like I can feel and I can see it's visible. So, oh, something relaxes. Yeah.
It's a long way home, huh, Meike? It's a long way.
You know, I know what you mean. And this is just how life goes, huh? Life is up and down and backwards and forwards and all that stuff and all those shadows and lights and bliss and hell and everything in one day 1,000 times and overwhelm and I mean, just name it, huh? But we are the lucky ones. We are the blessed ones that get or have had glimpses of the beyond, where there's peace, where all is well. So let's cultivate that even more. We are already amazing, I would say.
Mhm.
We are amazing
Mhm.
that we can have
Together.
this exchange is huge.
Mhm.
Still, so many people don't even have a clue what we're talking about.
Mhm.
Yeah, don't have access to this. So,
Mhm.
you know, I guess it depends on the perspective. It's a long way, and at the same time, it's just always here, huh? It's the
Okay.
perspective.
Yeah.
It's, from where we look, from where we look. From overwhelm is like no way that there is a way. And then the moment it calms and that kindness towards itself is coming a little out. And then gets already softer, and then there's nowhere to go at one point. And then it starts all over again.
Um, oh my God, I love you so much and how you speak, and wow, so much.
Thank
Wow.
See, now there's
Uh,
now the yumminess. Oh, yum, yum, yum. Oh, yum.
mm, mm,
Now's the kissing and drinking.
yes.
Yes, yes. See, just a few minutes and the kissing and drinking is there. Gosh. Mm.
Let's have a short drink together. I had birthday yesterday, and today Kalyani has birthday. Just remember her.
And you also,
Anne-Catherine. I had
did you?
yesterday, but
Oh, happy
yeah.
birthday, Virat.
So let's have a
No.
birthday drink.
Yes, let's have a
After
birthday drink.
birthday drink for Kalyani. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Mm. Mm. Thank you. So, and love.
Maria,
Hi Meike,
guten Morgen.
guten Morgen. With excitement.
Oh, how lucky.
Yeah,
You're alive.
yeah, I'm surprised.
You're surprised that you're alive?
No,
No.
but
Excitement.
Mhm.
Yeah. Is there anything you would like to share?
yeah, I think
Yeah.
so, but I don't know how to speak it because it's.
Yeah.
I told once a little bit. We have a group where we meet and we try to be how we are each one come from another place.
Mm.
And we haven't the same like here. And it happens again and again that there is something in me to speak about this here. And I noticed that there's fire. And last time there was one person to feel hurt, and the other person don't understood what I said in a komisch, in a strange way. And it do something here.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the need is now. Perhaps it is enough to share it. I can see that the one that didn't understood me, it brings up the loneliness again. I could be with it.
Yeah.
And what stay was the same, like the one who tell me after a few days that she feel hurt from my speaking.
Okay.
There was shame, and that is there I'm confused, or I feel shame, and I feel to get small and to hide. Like this is here also, and it I'm curious what's going now, in which where it's going. And
yeah. I mean, it makes sense, huh? I find it makes totally sense. Like that comes the breath. Yeah, so there you are with some other beings, and you would like to share your heart and your passion. And
yes, and I share it. That is what this system makes with me, in a way that's going over the other. I'm not sure, but it feels like this. When she told me what it makes with them and with the other, I feel, I don't hear them.
Yeah. Fantastic. So there's let's see if you can use it as a learning.
Yeah, I will.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. So, what I know with learning is you got to go really slow in those conversations, because here it's the same. You can watch me, when I'm with whoever I am. It's like finding that place where we can meet. It's like, it's clumsy. It's clumsy because it's with everyone a little bit different. And it is also every time different. So it's so super fresh. It's so super fresh. It's like my interest is, and my passion is so deep and clear. I was like, how can we come on a wavelength where there is an understanding, and then we can have an exchange. It's every time it's a beautiful challenge, I find. So that's where you're finding yourself. You are with friends or with people you would like to have an exchange, and then you start, and then all of a sudden you did not really notice when it flipped into something where you lost them. Yes. So, and of course, all the shame and making small and all that stuff comes up. But I wouldn't waste my time with that. I would just see, okay, next time, if there's still an interest, then we can just see how slow can I go, and also warn them already, you know, gosh, here's such a deep passion for something, and I so would love to share. And you know, I haven't found the way yet to bring it to you, you know. So it's definitely not my interest to hurt you. I'm sorry already, but I'm so passionate. I so would love to share with you. And I'm just trying to find my way. You know, something like that, for example, you know, then there is already, they are all warned. And you kind of have a bit more space for making so-called mistakes. And then it goes more into learning rather than shame. Yeah.
One thing I heard inside of me is to give a small place to look. This I forgot. I don't look. Where do they stay? I only want to speak up.
See?
And this is the one. And the other with the shame and is making small is an old kind of stuff.
I mean, that's how we grew up at school, especially. Gosh, how often have we been shamed? Oh my gosh, you know, or the other kids laughing about us when we have the wrong answer. And I mean, just, oh my God, it's like all these strange things and everywhere. So don't waste your time there. It's more, let's have a look. How, you know, how can you bring actually your most beautiful heart? Because that's what you want to do. That's what I'm hearing. You would love to.
And there's also one thing I must speak all up.
Yes. Yeah.
There's also one thing then they in me, this is the right one, you know.
Oh, there you go. Beautiful.
And
so that seeing is so important. Yes. Yeah. And not making it wrong.
And it's very strong inside.
Don't we all know that so well?
Yeah.
I know something.
Yeah.
And we also know when we're on the other side and we meet somebody who seemingly knows how we shut down, no? Immediately. It's like the moment someone comes with the tiniest bit of righteousness somewhere or wants agreement, it's like, it's not free anymore. It's not free anymore.
And I'm not sure if this, because when I started, wasn't it there, how it created in this way that I reinkippen in dieses, that it changed to I know it. That's the
yeah. See, there also not important. Important is that you see, and there's this, and then you go the other way. It's like that. You don't have to follow that path.
And I have to speak it up now, because then I can see my shame again and I can throw it out. And I always hold inside. The shame would also be seen. Not only for me.
It's so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it's
when
very nice to name everything. It is very nice to name it all.
Yeah. It's very helpful.
Yes. Yeah. So I find it absolutely exciting, actually, in the most beautiful way, because what I'm hearing is you want to share your passion and your heart. And, you know, because there's nothing more beautiful than dancing on the same wavelengths. nothing more beautiful. I don't know anything more beautiful. And wow. So then you can catch one if one falls off, you know, or it's like, gosh, because I mean, it's just the way how we deal with each other here. It's so exquisite. It's actually, it's a different world. So no wonder that you want to share that. So that's how you know, you come with your gift. You come with your gift. And now it's, you know, it's a learning curve how to bring it.
Yeah, yeah. I see also there was another connection for a short time, and I could see to be quiet and to stay in this is
Yes.
also speaking out without
Yes.
words. But I was there and I don't speak, and
Yeah.
it was it was like I'm there and I'm sharing it with this
Absolutely.
words.
Yes. You know, when we know how it feels being in the presence of somebody who is at home. I mean, I don't know a better word, but it was nice with Veretia. It came to say it like being in the kindness with our heart, being kind, being just so kind to ourselves. There's an immediate relaxation and warmth. There's nothing more beautiful than hanging out with somebody who is there, who's right here.
And then this is also hanging out with someone when there is conflict or feels like a conflict, and when it gets warm because there is something getting clear, then it must also be this moment to being home.
Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely.
Even it is an complete other stuff.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful how you speak. Yeah. That's it.
Thank you for helping me see.
Oh, it's my pleasure, my absolute pleasure. Thanks for bringing it, and so that we can have this exchange. I would say it's helpful for all of us, because that's what we're actually dealing with also in our daily lives. You know, here we are with that amazing heart, and you know how to let it touch another heart, how to really get in contact with another heart. It's
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, thank you. Ellen.
Wait 1 moment. Hello.
Hello.
Mm. 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 Yeah. Um, mm. Nou ja. Mm, mm. Mm. It's like I'm waiting for words, but it's uh, uh-huh. Uh, yeah, just grateful. It's yeah, I can see that a lot of information from all the sanghas is just falling deeper and deeper, and it's coming more in daily life and and also in contact with people. You know, I just what you say this. It feels like falling backwards, falling into the middle, hope, and whatever is happening around me or something. It's like. And that was beautiful sharing with Maria, because of course, I recognize that. Like, this is the how how to how to bring it or something.
Yes.
But I just can see, okay, you don't have to bring anything, and that gives a kind of relief. Like, okay, so there's not really a doing, but it's more listening. What wants to speak or what wants to move. And so yeah, you follow. I think you. It's not with. It has nothing to do with Ellen. I don't. Yeah, I think you understand what I mean.
Love how you speak.
Yeah, it's just like, how does it want to show herself or something like that?
Yes. Yeah. Ellen is out of the way.
Kind of, yeah. When she goes out of the, of course, sometimes she comes around the corner. Hey,
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Yes. What about me?
Hello, hello, hello. But that, I'm very aware of it in a way, and
Yes.
I'm, yeah, it's it's really this falling back and being quiet, and then just see what's.
Yeah. Gosh, how lucky, huh? How lucky.
Mm. Yeah, and also the simplicity. I just, wow, it's simple. That's really like. I'm so in love with that simplicity.
Yeah. I loved watching your pumpkin video clip. Oh,
Oh yeah.
it all. Shows it all.
Yeah, that's really. Yeah, it's. She this character. She reminds me, and it's also, wow, Mike. It's so magic then to see when it falls more back, like how you life is so full of magic in a way, you know, how you
Absolutely.
meet people, how you connect with people,
Yeah.
and there's so much information. Wow, there's so much information also in.
Yeah. Yeah. And magic.
Yeah, and magic. Wow, it's really.
Actually, only magic. All of a sudden, the magic is really visible.
Wow, yeah,
Every bird that passes, every
yeah,
butterfly, every fly, every ant, every dog, every human, every plant,
yeah,
everything.
yeah,
The air, the dust in the air, the sunlight,
yes,
everything.
yeah. It's,
Mm. Mm. So happy to hear how you speak.
and this kindness, it's simplicity and kindness.
Yeah.
So,
Mm. Goes together, huh?
yeah.
One doesn't really know what's first, huh? It's like
Mhm.
it goes so together.
Mm.
The more kind you are, the more simple, and the more simple, the more kind. It's like
Mm.
really goes together. Like the chicken and the egg.
Mm. Mm. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Nice to see you so radiant and present
Mm.
right here. Really, really beautiful. I know it can change any moment, but
Yeah.
it's just nice to acknowledge also, it's just, you know,
It's all
when
part
it's
of it.
like,
Yeah, yeah, it's
yes,
all,
yeah,
and it's okay. It's just how.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and that others anyway is always there. We know that.
yeah. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
So
Mm.
thank you
Mm.
to everybody, yeah, of course.
Yes, yeah. Gosh, who would we be, huh? Without everybody?
Yeah. Mwah.
Mwah. Marina. Hello.
The blah blah going on behind me. Marina
So what?
having a little chat.
So what? Gosh, our hearts beating together at the same time. Little blah blah between friends, Marina.
Yeah,
Mm.
been a lot of needing time alone, but then it's on the edge of isolating
Mm.
and sort of some addictive behavior, what I call, it's judgment, isn't it? Addictive.
Mm.
And then also wanting time alone and then going, am I alone? Well, no, I don't think I was alone. It's like, it's
Yeah.
been like that for a few months.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm with a friend yesterday morning and that's lovely. But it's like some of the neediness that's been there in the system over the years is, I think, a lot less. I don't know. Anyway, it seems like it. Seems like it. Yeah.
That's far out.
Yeah, I even went to like a circle of presence and I got home and it felt, for the first time, it felt like, well, it was nice, but I don't know, something's just shifted or changed, and I know it always changes all the time.
Yeah. No, but I hear you. I know what you mean. Sometimes it's just really in your face that some of our behaviors have changed or our habits when there's a shift. We just really notice. It's fantastic. Don't know why and how, but in a certain way we do know, because we are being present to so many patterns and behaviors. We have been present. We have been stopping for again and again and again. So when there's a learning happening, and you notice the shift, it's huge. It's actually nearly life-changing, because if something doesn't go on automatic, it's like, what is going on? It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's felt, weather's just changed recently, but I've been at like beach every morning. I'm just happy. I'm just so happy. Like, I just love it, and it's like there's nothing else that's needed other than just having the nature there. And
simple, huh? That come again, like
really
Ellen
simple.
spoke. Simple.
Then there's also this, what I call addictive. I could call it addictive. YouTubing, computer stuff occasionally. That happens too, and not being present happens. It's that not being hard on, it's not judging that, isn't it? It's just, yeah.
If you can, if it's possible, to hold that child, that needs time out from whatever, and it doesn't know what else to do than watching YouTubes. That's just the easiest way, it seems, for us. But it's actually where the system wants to retreat and have alone time.
Yeah, hang out.
Yeah, that's how I see it. That it chooses YouTubes or whatever. I mean, look, have you seen the kids these days, what they have grown into? They are constantly on their phone. They don't know actually anything else. So you're still lucky if you just watch a few YouTubes. Yeah. If you watch the kids and also adults,
be alone on the beach watching the sea, but you know, it's not okay to be watching. Yeah, I can.
No, and you know, it also makes sense. I mean, it is more healthy for the body. That's definitely for body, mind, and soul. If there's something like that, to go to the beach, definitely more healthy. It's just, you know, and I'm not justifying that. I'm not saying that it's good to watch YouTubes. It's
No.
just, it doesn't help to be hard on yourself. That just doesn't help. You have to have a really positive alternative to that. Otherwise, it will go to the YouTubes or whatever, you know, Facebook or what. If it doesn't have, if you don't have a alternative that is more attractive, it will do it. And being harsh will not help. Then it just wants to go even further away.
Yeah.
And it wants to have, on top of it, it wants to have ice cream.
Yeah.
Okay, if you shout at me, then I watch YouTube, eat chocolate and ice cream, and smoke a cigarette. And a joint. If you're still not quiet. I mean, that's how it goes, isn't it? That's how it goes. That's how it goes. So, you know, how can we be gentle? And I mean, I know it doesn't feel good. It doesn't, because we feel it. So it's like, why do we do that? But it doesn't help. So it's like, oh, can you feel your heart while you watch the YouTube?
Yeah.
Can you take a moment to, gosh, my sweetheart, yes, YouTube again now. Okay, need another one? Okay, another one? Okay. You know, it's, I don't know a better way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you
Yes.
throw the phone away, you throw it all away. It's, yeah. I mean, what would be an alternative? Let's just have a look. What would be an alternative? You know what? Because the system wants to retreat. It wants kind of peace and quiet, actually, doesn't it? It doesn't want anything, actually. It wants to
zone out.
zone out, yes. So, you know, to me, it looks like it's like a newborn or like a baby, you know, when it comes out and does, and then it's just, it needs to go. So it goes to sleep. It seems like it goes to sleep, but it digests and, you know, puts everything into place. So if it doesn't get that, it gets really grumpy. It will be very, very grumpy if it doesn't get that time out. So how, what could we, you know, I'm curious for all of us, and for me, myself too. It's like, how can we assist our systems? So how can we offer a alternative that is better?
I mean, I love music, and it's interesting because I'll watch YouTubes on The Voice or whatever because I love listening to the singers, and yet I'm not just listening to music that I love on Spotify or whatever, which I love when it's interesting because it's something I haven't been doing. So I guess one thought is I could listen to music without
the screen. Yeah. So it is the screen that you don't like?
No, but that's where the addictive thing sort of comes in.
Okay, let's just see.
On
Computer. Yeah. Okay, like automatically going to the computer?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have a, it's very curious. I really love this, Marina.
Yeah. Yeah.
What happens before?
Oh.
Yeah. So there you went to the beach or what, and then you come home, and then I don't know, you make food
Then-
or
Then it feels like there's it's not really boredom either, but it's, oh,
ah,
what am I going to do? I don't feel like socializing, or I have the river like 3 minutes walk from me. I could go and sit
yeah,
and be on the river, but I don't. It's interesting. I don't.
yeah. But you
What
want to do something.
It's like filling something, filling time. I mean, I've got
Filling-
lots I could do, but filling
Oh, I get
time.
it. Yeah. Filling time. Okay. I
Yeah.
mean, so that you can see it makes sense. It makes
Yeah.
sense to the system.
Feel sadness here.
Yeah, beautiful. It's just sweet sadness. So something comes into motion already, which is fantastic. Mm. 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 So let's just see if we can hold that, the heart of that sadness. So sweet. So sweet. It wants to fill in time.
It's quite young organization.
It's quite young. So see that you not get entangled, so there's Marina and that young one. Let's just see. Yeah, fantastic. It's just, you're just channeling it. That you're not becoming it. Beautiful. Holding that little heart.
It's interesting. The word lonely comes up as that little one.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's that little one.
Yeah. Yeah.
That maybe not get picked up and, like whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. We do it now. That's
Yeah.
the most important.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
acknowledging that little one now.
Yeah.
So no wonder, huh?
Yeah.
Again, it makes so totally sense. Gosh, when there's a little one that feels lonely, it's like, okay, how do I get out of here? Okay, let me just, it's the easiest. Go to the computer or, whatever it is, or to the fridge, or, distract yourself from that sensation.
But it's interesting because there's no feeling to go and be with a friend either.
Yeah, see, if this is not acknowledged that it's a young organization,
Yeah.
because it doesn't have, it's not the same. You can't just go as an adult, and this one needs to be acknowledged. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're not missing anything. It's just that aspect of us that is very, very young.
Yeah.
That needs attention.
Mm.
Yeah. If you could identify that then, and then call somebody and ask, oh, could you be with me, with that young one? Then it's a different story again. But overstepping it and thinking you are lonely doesn't work.
Yeah.
No, we got to pick this one up. And yeah.
And it's been feeling lately like this reclusiveness that's been happening. It's what's the word? It's very known. It's been very known. It's been very known, like as in lifetimes of it, or
Yeah, I can see that. Yes.
maybe generational.
Yeah, definitely. definitely.
the generations. You know, I feel like I've had lifetimes of that reclusive, whether by choice or not by choice. Yeah.
Definitely, Marina, definitely inherited stuff. Yeah. How good that is seen. And then qigonging it. Just, so, okay, it's
Oh,
enough now. We've done that now for generations. It's
Yeah, enough now. Yeah,
enough. Giving it back to Mother Earth or Father Spirit or
yeah,
wherever. Yeah, not pushing it even away. It's just, no, here we are now.
yeah.
Like when you swim, just making space, yes, making space. It's over.
Yep.
Don't need that anymore. Really not. I know but really, maybe it's really good doing Qigong on that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's just, when you swim, it's like, okay, done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another stroke, done.
Mhm.
So that it comes into movement and goes off into other,
Yeah.
into the light or wherever. It's so time for it to go into the
Yeah.
light. Yeah. We're all sitting with that. You see us all. My system as well. Making space for the new.
Mm. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. See? It's there at the same time. When
Yeah.
you go to the beach and you swim and whatever you do there, just that simple, moment by moment, rain or sun, wind or no wind, doesn't matter. Just that when the magic comes through everything. Yeah. And that heart meets the heart of everything. Huh? Oh my God, same heartbeat.
Thank you, Mike.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Beautiful exploration. I really love this.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. How nice to see you.
Oh, so nice to see you too, and everybody else. And that exploration with Marina was just mwah.
Yeah.
Oh, this little one in here is just overflowing with gratitude for just even verbalizing it. What Marina verbalized is so here too.
Yeah.
And I came today with so much joy and love and energy in my system just to dance with you and say hello. But now the body is just full, so much thundering around. So I'd like to just sit with you and breathe. And I'm in my bottom chakra and my feet are going like mycelium into the ground. And I've just discovered, I won't go into it. I just want to bring this lonely one here. Yeah.
So welcome here. Let's invite all the lonely ones. Let's invite them all. Gosh, because there are lots.
those dynamics of how you explored it, like, it's like, were just so perfect, so precise.
Yeah, so that sweet, sweet, lonely one. It's also young here, huh?
Yeah, but it's also it's got so much love and joy to share, because the seeing is just popped. It's a bit dramatic, and I know that aspect of the system and the manic, for want of a better word, of the extremes that can be gone to when that's at play, you know, reaching out to feel in a really powerful, strong way, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I do know what you mean. Yeah.
Thank you. And just seeing so clearly how the seeing is bringing it back into balance, and how I'm learning to ground it with my breath. But it's shimmering very strongly through the whole body. Which is very unexpected being here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it takes me back to boarding school days. And what other entanglements around all that, you know, but the wandering around, not knowing what to do.
Yeah.
With oneself.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So let's just be here for a moment. Yeah. Not having to do anything. See if that's possible. Yeah. You know, just, wow, in this company, yeah. Here we are. Nobody actually has really a clue what to do next. Nice, there was a breath already.
Yeah, I can feel the shoulders drop.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah. Not having much of a clue whatsoever. And, you know, now, you know, in this space, we have the luxury. You know, next moment, you know, we don't know. It might come very quickly, but here we kind of in agreement that I also don't have a clue.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm actually not looking for an outcome.
Yeah, no, I'm just
so,
talking to that, you know,
sorry,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
talking to that aspect that is not comfortable with not knowing.
Yeah, and I just saw the defender aspect in me then.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I heard that, so
Yes.
yeah, I hope I was not too
No,
rough.
you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, but you know how clumsy we are in a way. So me too, my system also. So it's like kind of finding a way how to make peace with that aspect of us that really would like to know what to do next, so that it doesn't have to feel that discomfort.
Ah.
Yes, yeah. There it shakes itself. So beautiful. So it knows what to do. It knows. Did you see? It knows when it
Oh,
when it gets the space, it knows what to do. It
yes.
just needs to do.
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah.
Mm. 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 Mm.
Just seeing so much about this aspect of the defender.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's honor that one, huh?
Oh, God.
Mm.
It's been working overtime.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Mm. Mm.
oh,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah. Can you see the heart of it? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yum. Mm. Mm. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Oh, I love feeling how it shows its heart, the defender's heart, and how it comes into motion. Just yum.
It's just so relieved. There's just so much relief here.
He's such a good guy.
Oh,
Mm.
oh, thank you for tracking it so beautifully with me.
Oh, thanks for inviting me so beautifully. Mm.
Oh, so ready for it to.
Yeah. You're also doing the qigonging.
I
Yeah.
found my own breathing and it's opening up stuff in my body, Meike, like I've never, ever experienced before.
Oh. You are such an explorer, Gea. I mean,
Darling,
wow.
I've been watching the Expanded Consciousness World Summit for 7 days, for 48 hours, because it's free and I don't have a lot of money. I live on a tiny pension. And I have been gifted with so much. And I've been watching a whole week of interviews of breath workers around the world. And I've realized, and I've started using it, and things for the first time in 20 years, Meike, something's shifting for me with breathing. And I'm using, you know, I'm using every tool that's come from my 9 months of Qigong, my deep exploration of breath and expanding my orgasm, my dancing, my everything is all coming together. And I've started doing conscious breathing, and it's where I don't have to depend on anyone outside of me to fix anything. And I'm experiencing a return of some of of trusting myself.
Oh, wow. Very happy to hear.
And I know it's just here now, but
Very
to be able to share it with you, yes, I am. I'm curious. I'm curious. I'm so deliciously curious because I'm finished with the narrative. I long to be finished with the narrative.
Yeah.
I'm
We all do. Yeah.
I'm
it's
so
time.
ready. I'm
It's-
so ready.
Yeah. Fantastic. Mhm.
And I've never felt such a remembering of trusting. I am this heart is innocence and wonder. The essence of me is innocence and wonder of us all. No, that's my experience. Don't have to get philosophical about it. I just wanted to share that.
I hear you. I hear you. We hear you. Mhm.
I've got something burning on the stove. Can you wait
Oh.
there?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I could stay here for another hour with you. Thank
Forever.
you. Forever. Right now, forever. Right now, forever.
Yeah.
So much love, so much gratitude.
Yeah.
Thank you, Marina.
Judith.
Hi.
Hello.
Whoa, it's a beautiful subject. Oh, one moment. One moment, one moment. I need to do something. Yeah, ready. Yeah. That little one, that lonely little one, is touched here as well. And what I recognize in Marina speaking is when my day is more open and not so much having directions, then it somehow can fall into no direction and empty space. And although there are all kinds of things that I could do, somehow it falls in a kind of emptiness. And then it starts to feel also kind of isolation or and immediately that I did something wrong with my life, that I should be more out or I should be more in connection or socializing or all these things. And it can go in a kind of flatness, like boredom. And I all see that this is related to that young one. that somehow feels in there as if there are also too many possibilities.
Yeah.
And not, it is too big, like it's just, and the solution to this always, if I have direction, then I can go, or then I know, or then, and then it comes down because it knows direction, or it has direction.
Yes.
But it's in the this behind it is interesting for me, that it actually is feeling a bit lost or not knowing, but it gets judgmental about that open space instead of being able to approach it with curiosity.
Yeah.
So
Fantastic.
that is lacking there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
And at the same time, from the adult side, it loves that it has space and that it can slow down and that it is not all filled in. But something else is happening with this young one.
Yeah. Let's just see if
yeah, so this is
more. No, it's fantastic. It's beautiful. I guess lots of us deal with that. So what does this young one, not looking as the young one, more looking from here, what can we pick up, what it actually needs?
Yeah.
Because, the young ones, they need somebody to show them the way, like, so that's how they evolve, that's how they grow.
Yeah.
Need a grown-up system to dock onto, and then that's how it goes. And then at one point they can do themselves.
Yes.
But at first they don't really know. So nervous system needs that, because that's growing in a way. That's what it means to grow, huh? Isn't it? It's like, so where
the first thing I feel is just the acknowledgement of what is happening in that moment.
Oh, okay.
That is actually to be clear about, okay, this is going on.
Far out.
Because then, already the acknowledgement that here's a young one, for example. Okay, here's a young one.
Yeah.
And then the second is what I think would do is say, oh, come here. It's okay. It's okay to feel lost, or it's okay that you have no direction right now, but I'm here. Together we can look somehow. Together we can look.
That is already so beautiful what you say, because then already the lostness is gone. Yeah? When it comes
then
into connection,
it's actually touching. Yeah. Then it feels matter or something. It's simple. It's like, okay, you feel alone or you feel lost in space, but I'm here. And come here, then together.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, she felt seen and heard in here. I think.
So beautiful. Makes her very happy, huh?
It's actually so little, huh? She needs that acknowledgement. She needs to be heard or seen or felt in there.
I always get these images when I was you've been to South Africa too, but somehow the babies are always with the mothers or grandmothers, doesn't matter, and they're always on the body for a long, 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 long time. They're everywhere. They're doing everything together. So that's kind of the guidance. Huh? So they're never standing, it's just an image by themselves somewhere all alone and lost. Like, No, always with. So nervous system to nervous system, body to body.
Yeah.
Our generation doesn't really get that. We were always kind of put away, huh? Yeah. But we're picking them up now. Picking ourselves up now.
Yes, it's never too late, isn't it?
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah,
Isn't it
that's so
amazing?
amazing.
We're
Never
picking
too late.
ourselves up now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, under our t-shirt. Right here.
Yeah.
On the heart. Or wherever they want to be.
And that's just about that slowing down again, that you just see and then take time to feel what is needed
Yes.
in that moment.
Yeah. Exactly. See, and there again, that's how a young system learns to self-regulate.
Yeah.
Through that other nervous system.
Yeah.
And it takes quite a while. It takes a long time,
Yeah.
seemingly.
And the interesting thing is in that when I'm in that space, it first things actually that she did something wrong and she should have
Yes.
more connection outside. But
Yeah.
actually that is the stepping over because
Yes.
it wants to come home here.
Yes.
Here it wants to be with me. And that is actually first. And then when it is in connection and full again, then it can get curious about what is next, or what would I like, or what if it comes by itself, then what it wants.
It comes by
It
itself.
moves, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such beautiful seeing, Judith.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it is so more and more clear that it's just nothing outside.
Nothing outside.
And we always think first that there had something to change, or I had something to change in the outside, but it is always coming back here.
Which made also sense if you again take the example of a little child and parents or caregivers. That little child needs the support from so-called outside until it's grown enough so that it's ready, and then it is here.
Yeah.
So it makes sense, but and if it doesn't get that enough, it will always ask for it. It's still looking for it outside.
Still
Yes,
looking.
yes, still looking. It couldn't complete itself.
Yeah, or it makes itself wrong that it did something wrong because it doesn't have enough this or that or in the outside. Yeah.
Yeah. That comes with it, which makes also sense. It's like I must have done something wrong because I didn't get it.
Yeah.
And then all these interesting behaviors come, huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Yeah. But and then the YouTube, I can fill it up with then, oh, I have space. Oh, I go to a YouTube film of Michael, of Isaac, or others that are interesting for me, or Samanir Jayasara, or I always like them to do something that brings me back to nurturing and connection. And that's actually such a huge passion that I love to watch those kind of things the most via YouTube. And then YouTube is the best. You can imagine, because that is directly filling my my most deepest longing and wish and passion. So so that's always a huge support for me via YouTube. Sandra is coming in and she's not muted, so I can't see you, Meike.
Okay. Speaking.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. So it's so beautiful and touching, and I feel the innocence. Yeah. Thank you, Meike.
It's a pleasure.
And thank you all.
Sylvie.
Hi, Micah.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, what an interesting background.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Beautiful.
Thank
Very
you. My new house.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Just wanted to rest a little with you. Do you hear my dog snoring?
Oh, I thought it was your stomach.
No, it's my dog.
Oh. All is well, huh?
For me, yes, I'm very happy. Yeah, I have a new love.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, how happy for you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Mm. It's quick, huh? I remember it was just a few, not long ago when you were crying after about another love.
No, it's the same.
It's the same love.
It's the same. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Oh,
Yeah,
something moved.
yeah, he has chosen me, in fact.
Mm.
Yeah, it was a very difficult ride, and yeah, we have such a beautiful connection, and there's so much love, and so he's going to divorce his wife. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
Blessings on that
yeah,
journey.
yeah. Very, very happy.
And congratulations on this journey.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. No.
It's a bit of a double journey because yeah, it has two sides because he's going to divorce and yeah. Yeah, we are so happy together. Yeah. What do you feel or just being present?
Just being present, just being here.
Yeah.
Feels all very easy, and you know, there's always something one could put the finger on, but
Yeah.
you know, it's yeah. Why would why would we want to go anywhere, huh, when everything is okay in this moment?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dog is snoring. Nothing more beautiful than that. Sylvie is in love. Oh my God. All is wonderful.
Yeah.
Dog snoring and Sylvie in love.
Yeah.
That's
Can't ask for more.
no, can't ask for more. Yeah. Mm.
Thank you, Meike.
Thanks, Sylvie, and thanks for hosting us
Yeah,
too.
you're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Monica.
Hallo.
Moin, moin.
Moin, moin. there was something coming in my mind. It was to be with you and watching what's going on is better than looking TV.
Yeah. I'm glad to hear. Oh, thanks, Monica. That's very sweet to hear. Yeah. It's like stroking my heart. What you just said.
Too. Thank you.
Sweethearts, huh? Our sweet, sweet, sweethearts. Huh? We're just throwing each other's kisses. Secretly. Oh, it's funny. I just see us walking around, you know, just our heart just throws kisses. Just like that. Oh. And then there comes a butterfly and flip, and oh, you get one back. Mm. And then the person comes by and doesn't really know what was that? What was that? Whew. Just that moment of meeting. It's actually a beautiful image, huh? Yeah, just walking. Let's just walk around like that. And secretly, our heart just throws kisses into the world. Yeah, like that. Also inwards, you know, in and out, in and out.
And the pull of looking at of that isn't here, that often isn't here. It seems like, yes. The pull, this pull, let going away and not to hang on.
Exquisite. And so gently and so tenderly, huh? With that. No push, no pull, just so ever so gentle. He starts breathing here immediately. Mm. Just sweetness, huh? Isn't it just so sweet?
Yes, it is. And it feels very hot in the area of the heart.
Mm. Mm. Comes from throwing all those kisses.
Or receiving these kisses.
Yeah, also receiving, exactly. Throwing kisses and receiving kisses, exactly. Yeah. Thanks, Monica.
Thanks much, Meike.
Um, Thanks all for being here. Love and more. Ciao.